What animal are you afraid of? I have one. Well, I have two. Welcome everyone to Simply You Makeup. I appreciate you stopping by. Today I have a couple new products. I have MAC, and that is the Pro Longwear Paint Pot, and I have two of them. And I decided I wanted to try the bronzer. It's a skin finish Sunstruck matte bronzer. Today I'm going to use these MAC products along with I'll use my Fix Plus, which I already have, with the other MAC product, and I'll incorporate what else I need to. Primer is on. Animals I'm afraid of. Please put yours in the comments, because there are all types of animals out there. Some of them are just so scary, but the ones I know I am very, very afraid of, that I have come in contact with, I will let you know about them. First, I'm going to use the powder foundation. I'm using the foundation brush, and I'm just going to tap it into the skin. Growing up in Dominica, you do have to go to the garden. We call it garden. Most people call it the farmland. You know, you have a farm, that's what some people call it, but we call it garden. And some days after school, we had to go to the garden to pick up food, wood, and whatever else my mom thought we needed for us to use for maybe 2 days, or sometimes just for the day. And my mom would wake up early in the morning and she would go to church. There was early church. And then once she finished church, she would come home, make a big cup of cocoa, tea for us to drink. And then we would buy the bread by the people who bake. We had lots of bakers in our little village. And we would have that. And we would go to school, and she would go to the garden. She plants dasheen, tanya, yams, bananas, plantain, kokoi. They have different names, English name. I don't know the different names. I'm just telling the names I know. And she would plant all of that. There was a certain time back in the day, and I'm talking in the 60s, 70s, England would buy bananas from Dominica. Paint pot number 1. I got the skin color one. I got this one, and the name is Contemplative State Pro Longwear Paint Pot. So this is this one. Again, the name is Contemplative State. This one, which is brown, more to my skin color, it is called It's Fabstract. It's Fabstract. This one. So I got 2 paint pots. The name of the bronzer is a Rich Golden. We'll be using that a little later. I am going to use the lighter shade as my eye base. So once a month, I think it used to be once a month if I'm not mistaken, and England used to buy the bananas from Dominica. They had a place they call Boxing Shade. This is where they had people working, and then they would have the farmer bring the banana, and then they would, inspect it and tell you which ones they're taking, which ones they're not taking, because they want it to look good before it can leave the country. And that was a lot of work. I never took part in it. Because my mother never took us girls with her. She only took the boys. And it was a busy day for them. They would go early, like 6 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes my mom wouldn't get back until maybe 7 p.m., 8 p.m., sometimes midnight. Because everybody grew banana back then for England. So all the farmers in the village did that, and surrounding villages also. So it was a very, very busy time. They depended on that money because that was a way to make money. So they would sometimes, according to how big the farmer garden was, they would get other people to come and help. Sometimes other gardeners help other gardeners, because it was expensive, because you have to wake up early, go there, cut the banana, make sure you handle it properly. And back then they gave you like a crate, black crate, and you have to fix the banana. Each hand of banana has to fit in there, like one banana feet. Sometimes, if it's too much, you put in the next one. But I think each person had a certain amount that they had to do. And we would be walking up to the garden after. The second pin pot, I'm going to use it. I just swatch it. This is what it looks like. And the lighter shade, this is what it looks like. These are the two shades of the paint pot from MAC that I got. I'm going to take the darker one and I'm going to put in the outer corner right here. So they had to make sure everything that they did with the banana and the cases were done by a certain time, because once the truck start passing to pick up bananas, they had to be there. If you miss it, you have to find a way to take it to that plant where they inspect them. So it was a hustle, and it was work, and they would get it done. People worked hard back then, one truck coming, and when that one truck come, you better be ready with your stuff. So my mom and my brother went early to get all these things in place, and they have to sit and wait. So once the truck pick it up, they have to find their way there. The truck didn't have space for them. It's only for the banana. So once the truck pick it up, they leave, and sometimes you have to walk to that place, and it's not close. It is not close. And most people would catch a ride, catch a bus and go there, and most people would start walking. And if the bus meet them on the way, then they would, pay, and the bus would drop them there, because the bus passes from Granby. It passes the Boxing Shade plant to head to Roseau, which is the capital. Using a fluffy brush just to blend this out. But that's what my mom did, and I think it was once, I don't remember if it was once a month or every 6 months or every 3 months, I don't remember. But that time was very, very hectic for her and my brother, and they have to go there, and you have to get a number, and when they call your number, that's when they inspect your bananas to make sure it's okay and tell you how much it is and then pay you. So it was a whole day's process. And then when they were finished with Boxing Shade, they have to pay a truck to bring back all the boxes back to the garden. And it sit there until the next time they were ready to use it. But on the regular garden days, my mom will go and plant, all the food. We plant peanuts. We had carrots, radishes, red peppers, green peppers. The stuff you see at the grocery store, we planted those. My mom planted them and we would harvest them. And she would always tell us after school, maybe once or twice a week, we would go up to the garden. If it was during the week, it was after school, we would go up to the garden and get what she left for us. She'd always leave something for us girls to bring. It wasn't heavy, but she made sure we had something to bring down. She would tell us after school, come up and meet her, and then she would give us what we need. And we would have to carry it down. We would have to bring it home. It was not close. The garden was never close. The garden was always far. And there are two animals I'm afraid of. Two. I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm not afraid of bees. I'm not afraid of these flying insects. But when it comes to a cow, I am petrified. I am petrified of cows. And there were cows everywhere because that's how we got our milk. Back in the day, that's how we got milk. So if I am heading to the garden, sometimes I leave before my sister, or they head out before me. I stop and play. I was always playing something or having fun, stand up and dance, sit down, talk to people before I get where I'm going. And they would go about their beeswax, they go about their business. They don't have to wait for me. I know how to get there. But I would come across cows that, the person tie it and it has a long rope, and sometimes from where it is, it would cross the street or the path I need to cross. Lord have mercy. I would be shaking, trembling, afraid. I would not cross. I would stand there until somebody passed and help me. Honest to goodness. I would stay there and wait for someone to pass by so they can help me with this cow that's in the middle of the road. I would not move. I would stand there until I find help. And that would happen often. Or if the cow wasn't in the road, if I see it on the side, I would count a couple numbers and then I would speed right through and pass real fast so it doesn't come in the road. But cow is it's my first thing I'm afraid of. I am petrified of a cow. I cannot explain it any better. Now we're going to use the MAC Matte Rich Golden Bronzer. Packaging is very slick. Just press, open. This is what it looks like. It looks pretty. I hope it's my skin shade. I hope it will match. Let's swatch and see. It's looking good. Okay, let's see what it looks like on my face. This is where the test comes in. Yep, I'm going deep. I'm going deep, baby. Yeah, tap very gentle on there because it comes up fast. Okay, so while I'm applying this bronzer, so far it's looking very nice. Wow, it's looking pretty. Tell me what you think in the comments with this new bronzer. Do I get the sun glow on my forehead so far? I love bronzers. I just love bronzers. Yeah, but back to the garden. We grew a lot of stuff. My mom would plant stuff. Harvest was always good for us. And when we have things that are ready to be harvested, my mom would bring us up, us girls up, and the boy, and we would go for a whole day. She'd make sure she bring food for us to eat. And if we didn't carry our own food, we had a little house on the garden, and one of us would be cooking while everybody else is in the garden working. Like, because you have to pull the weeds that are growing up in the garden so it doesn't take over, and you have to, put dirt around plants just to make sure, they have enough dirt around it. So we would go up sometimes on a Saturday, and that would be a whole day Saturday in the garden with our mom, helping her do that while one of us cooking. And when it's lunchtime, we'd all sit down and eat and talk. I mean, it was fun. I did not have a problem doing that. I mean, I love it. And at the end of the day, like I say, one of us carrying wood, we'd get wood, dry wood, tie it really tight twice, one end, and make sure it was a nice pile. And she'd make, we call it tosh in patois, but it's a gather, they call it in English. And you put it right here on your head, and you put the wood on your head, and you would walk all the way home with that. One person would carry wood, somebody would carry maybe dashing, one person have yam, one person have tanya, one person have fig. She split the load so everybody had a little bit of something to carry, but not too much to carry, to make our burdens easier. So that's what she did. But those were fun times, They were a lot of fun, and it was just so nice to do. So yeah, we did a lot of stuff, People don't realize it's a lot of hard work, but it was worth it because we spend time together, we talk, we laugh and everything. And then the next animal, or you might call it a reptile, that I'm afraid of is the next animal, reptile I'm afraid of is a snake. I have come face to face with snakes, and I mean not little baby snakes, big snakes. Sometimes while going to the garden, you'll see this big long snake crossing the road because it's getting to the other side. Dominica is very mountainous. It gets a lot of rain, so there are all kinds of animals in the bushes. And I would have to stand back and wait for it to pass, and then I would cross. We used to have a chicken coop at the yard, and every now and then there would be a snake in there in the morning. We'll wake up, they'd find its way in, eat the chicken, and it's too big and heavy to move, so it lays there and stuff like that. So we'd use that to make snake oil. So I have come face to face with big snakes. And that's the next thing I am petrified of. I hate snakes. Now, this is today's look. Let me know in the comments what animal or reptile or bug you're afraid of. I also have another channel called For the Broken by V. I just started uploading again on that channel. I took that time away so I could have been with my family, and it is back up and running. So if you want to know about essential oils, if you're looking for pick-me-up or positive word, check For the Broken by V. That's the next channel. Again, if any one of you all is suffering is suffering with any mental issues, any anxiety, any depression, any ailment, any sickness, please, please, I'm asking you to seek help. Call someone, talk to someone, ask for help, reach out. Help is available. It is there for you. Take it, receive it, and use it. Never dim your light for another. Always remember that you are first. Life and self is important. Cherish life. Cherish yourself. Say some nice things to yourself daily. Never dim your light. Keep shining bright. You are that bright star that is here for a reason. Don't stop shining. Please like this video, and I will see you very, very soon. Keep rising. Keep rising. Yeah. We are rising together. Wonderful community. Love you all. I will see you all again. Bye.